So, last thing, but not least, I just want to teach you the riff to snow, and that's it for this video.
Right.
Okay, so riff to snow, which is one of the most awesome John riffs in the world. I want to show you how to play it first, and I want to talk a bit about how it came to be afterwards, but let's get the fun bit in first. So, first chord I'm playing is I'm using my ring finger on the 6th fret on the A string, little finger 6th fret D string, and first finger on the 4th fret on the G string, and my thumb's over the top, but I'm not playing the low E string or the B or the high E. So it's just those three notes, and the picking pattern is A, D, G, D. So that's the first picking pattern, and then we do the diddly dum, which is hammer on from the 4th to the 6th on the G, pull off, and then you fret. You play your 6th fret D string, and then you finish up on that note on the G string on the 4th fret. So it's. It sounds really strange actually when you slow it down, doesn't it? Sorry, I missed out a note as well. Did you spot the note that I forgot? Then the next one, what we're going to do, once we get to this position here, where the first finger's on the 4th fret on the G, and your ring fingers on the 6th fret on the D, is we're going to reach our little finger over to the 7th fret on the A string, and this now forms our second chord. And it's exactly the same pattern again. So that's the first two chords. And then the next one is you're moving this shape up the string. So basically, instead of being on your G, D and A, we're now going to be move it up to the D, A and the low E. So again, it's the same picking pattern all the time. So in this case it's going to be E, A, D and A again. And it's exactly the same thing. So that's that one. So it's basically a mirror image of what you've done in the first place. And then what we do here is we slide. I get my little finger like literally onto the 7th fret, which is a wrong note. And what I do is, well, it's not a wrong note, but it kind of is for what we're doing. And I slide it, but literally just before I hit it. So once I get to this, so you basically don't hear that note, you just hear the slide. And that's what kind of basically John does. So, oi! And we slide up to the 9th fret on the A string, and it's this pattern again. So you're on the 9th fret with your little finger. Again, you know, use whatever fingers feel comfortable. If it's that, you know, use that. I'm using 9th fret, A string, little finger, 8th fret on the D string, and then my first finger's on the G string on the 6th fret. And the diddly dum happens between the 6th and the 8th frets. God, they sound amazing, don't they? Oh. So that's the first pass. Slide is kind of key, you kind of hear it in there, it's kind of key to the sound of a riff. So again, really, really slow. Next time around, you do that one, you do that one, you do that one, but you finish on this one, which is your ring finger on the 6th fret I apologise about the noise. So 6th fret on the low E string, and then I bar the A and the D string on the 4th fret. And it's always the same picking pattern. Dun 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 dun. You know, same thing. It doesn't change. This hand does not change. You just change the strings you do it on. It's always 3 strings. Always 3 strings. And it's just and basically you just kind of localise now into two things, and your diddly-dum happens between your 4th and your 6th fret. So it's, and that's, you know, the whole thing then, really slow. It's important to kind of like get used to it slow and then build up the speed to the point where you can get it kind of proper speed. And it's just awesome. It's one of the best riffs ever, bar none. It just is awesome and I love it to bits. So that's how you play Snow, and it will take some time. It is quite an advanced little thing to do, and you want to put the emphasis on the twiddles, you know, dig in harder on that. The first bit, you can hear John really picks out those diddly-dums, really picks them out really, you know, really strong. You know, really dig in on those. It's dynamic, it's very important. It's a very subtle dynamic, but it's still there. So, dig into them really hard. So, that's the riff to Snow. So, yeah, let me just finish off. Well, actually, yeah, sorry, I didn't mention how Snow came to be, did I? So let's talk about how Snow came to be. Okay, so Snow came to be basically because John was kind of sat around apparently, like he was just kind of like thinking of different ways to play that Jimi Hendrix style. Because Snow could have been a completely different song if he'd done it like this. Which still would have sounded great, but what he basically chose to do is basically, instead of doing that kind of way he's done it before, and it's so simple when you think about it, he just basically just picked out the chords. You know, and then just added the Hendrix twiddles. And it's normally the most simplest things that add the most to music, you know, real simple things. And that is just a great example. So instead of like, you know, I could play that all day, but it just becomes its own thing, and all of a sudden it's very, very unique sounding, and it's just super cool, and it's just those little things about John that, you know, you can't fail to love, really. Anyway, so that's how Snow came to be, and that's how to play Snow. That's how to play, you know, I Could Die For You, Wet Sand, and some other kind of little things in John's style. So, yeah. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, episode number 2 of how to play like John Frusciante. I hope it's kind of like, you know, taught you a few things. Hope you can kind of go away and start messing around in kind of start getting used to kind of John's style, kind of work on the diddly-dums and the twiddles and all sorts of, you know, different chord progressions and stuff. It's really fun. One thing I've been really enjoying doing is learning new Chili Peppers songs, like say Dark Necessity, and because Dark Necessity is very kind of bass and piano led, I really enjoy kind of like playing with guitar, and I don't feel like, you know, well, I'll just play and, you know what I mean, I can incorporate some of that stuff I've been telling you about, so you kind of can't do this. know, it's just, I don't know, it's just something I'm enjoying doing. It's something a bit silly, but you can incorporate that kind of like John's styles, I'd say. So, as I say, I hope you enjoyed the video. As I say, I hope it's been informative. I say chord work for John is so important to understand, and I say I hope this is kind of like, you know, there will be lots more videos on kind of like chord work and songs, but I say I hope this has got you off on a kind of a start to kind of mess around. And I'm staying away from theory because I want you to have fun, and I don't want you to approach this from a theoretical standpoint. I want you to approach it from a more of a practical one, where you're making music instead of kind of like analysing it, because there will come a point where I will be talking about that. Maybe not next episode, but the episode after that, I will definitely be talking about the theoretical side of it when I start talking about his guitar solos and some more chord work kind of stuff. But at this point in time, I want you to go away, sit down with your guitar, and just have fun with some of the things. And you know, and if you're here for, you know, you probably know a load of John songs. Just have fun, mess around with them. You know, incorporate some of these little bits and pieces, and yeah, just have a laugh with it. Don't analyse it at this point in time. Just have fun and make music with it, which is the most important thing to do with at any point. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again very, very, very soon. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and yeah, good day. Have a good day or evening, or even anyway. What about? Anyway, goodbye now before I lose my mind. Ha! Bye.